Yes guys, what is up? Welcome to Supercars of London. Welcome to Hampton Court Palace and London Concours, where behind me we've got quite a selection of supercars, and in front of me we've got a crazy variety of classics, multi-million pound supercars, classic cars. And I'm here with Magnitude Finance, but not by myself this time. Usually it's just me and the Magnitude Finance calculator, which is basically Tim Marlowe.
We exist, I'm in person here.
Tim, welcome back to the channel. How good is it to see you in person?
Good to see you again, mate. After all this lockdown, back to normality.
Yeah, I'm excited to see people, I'm excited to see cars. And you recently featured on Mr. Seen Through Glasses Behind the Glass podcast, and I felt like this was a perfect opportunity to see some cars in the flesh, and between us, go around, have a look at what the London Concours has to offer, and then also use Magnitude Finance calculator.
Oh, we'll give it a go. There's some weird and wonderful stuff here today. We'll be putting that calculator to the test.
Yeah, because there's one car here that is brand new that we are already trying to get figures on, which is the Lotus Emira. One of the most popular cars launched this year.
Absolutely.
Because of the price point, because of how much fun that car is going to provide drivers. I feel like
£60,000-70,000 for what's classed as a sports car.
And Goodwood Festival of Speed, by day 2, I think they're taking around 1,600 orders. The wait list already for the Lotus Emira is crazy. The drums are playing over there, so I feel like we should get cracking by avoiding them and head to the other side of the show, where we will see a McLaren Speedtail. The spec on this is subtle and pretty stunning. Black with orange, carbon everywhere. Look at the seat.
The orange contrast just works beautifully, doesn't it?
I don't know whether we're going to be able to pick that up. The sun is kind of shining on but the quilting, the details on this car in particular. Now this obviously isn't for sale, but the one at Carl Hartley's is. The one that I drove.
I thought everything was for sale.
Well, everything at Carl's is for sale. I'm sure everything has a price.
Base it on the one at Carl's. It's easy enough, isn't it? So what's that, 2.15?
Yes.
He's got that up for.
Yeah.
The blue one that he's got. That's again lovely. So yeah, numbers, we've pre-worked them out. £500,000 hiding behind the sofa.
£500,000
£500,000 deposit.
Yeah.
And then we do the usual 2 years interest only on something like this, because it's not going to drop in value much, is it? And 10 grand a month.
10 grand a month.
Well, 9,300 quid.
Okay.
Pocket change.
Round
it up.
Now that's quite interesting, because I remember we did a Bugatti Veyron Supersport up at Tom Hartley Cars. That was around 9 grand a month, and it sounded an obscene amount of money. But I kind of feel like 2 million quid, Carl put it perfectly. If the car increases in value year on year by 5%, which in this market at the moment, everything is.
Everything is, yeah. Doesn't matter what kind of car, does it, at the moment?
No, an interest only really makes sense for something like this, because it's super limited, 3-seater, central driving position, emulates the McLaren F1. The music's
We're
just
getting
got
drowned
louder.
by the music now,
Let's
aren't we?
kind of walk over in this direction. I mean, I love the spec on this. I feel like it's a pretty good place to start, because the cars that we're then going to be looking at, that sets the bar. I had to cut Tim short because I've just seen a silver F50 and silver Enzo come in alongside an F40 and a Carrera GT, and I think they're parking up now. We have actually arrived before the gates open. We've been running around filming, and now the cars are parking up, and every single time I go to press record and me and Tim go and do a little bit of talking about car finance, more stuff turns up. to that F50, that sounds relatively electric. It was only 2 days ago that I saw a video of an Enzo in America and thought, I have not seen a Ferrari Enzo in the flesh in so long. And here we are, staring at an incredibly rare painted Enzo next to a beautiful F50. So we've just been filming those cars turning up, and I've seen through the trees a McLaren F1 has just turned up, an orange McLaren F1. So we are scrapping the finance for now before we go back and have a look at the Lotus Emira. But we've turned up as cars are turning up, so
you are earning your stripes as car spotter today, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm just looking for all of the trees. Yeah. We're walking from one side to the other. Check this out. I mean,
that's amazing.
Sam will know what that is. I actually think I've seen that exact car, but beautiful colour. I actually don't know what half these cars are. Do you?
We'll get involved if we have to finance them. Google's an amazing thing.
Kind of feel like there are elements of this event that Sam would love.
Yes.
This is really Sam's event.
He's made for this, isn't he?
Yeah, Sam is made for this. But yeah, there it is, parking up over there. A Bugatti of some sort.
The jacket contrasts with the colour though.
Yeah.
Pink jacket, orange car.
Oh yeah, I just thought, yeah, he didn't get told that he was driving an orange car today. I don't think he cares.
You wouldn't do, would you? Yeah, whatever colour jacket he wants in that.
So just round here, you can see the Bugatti there. This is the Magnitude Finance and Amari stand with a 992 GT3 and Diablo. Then next to that is the Lotus. We're walking around the back, so all the catering going on there.
Because it's getting so busy.
I'm starving, by the way. We are going to walk up to the Lotus. What are your initial impressions on it? Because I was at the launch and there was so much hype around it. Then went to Goodwood Festival of Speed and they took thousands of orders.
I think it's one of those that it's just going to do well.
Yeah.
Listening to what they were saying, price and full spec come out later this month.
Yeah.
I'm sure I just heard them say there's an SUV in the pipeline as well.
Yeah, I heard that. And
that would be wow. Yeah, that'd be very, very interesting.
They were saying though that the Lotus sports cars will always be built in the UK.
Yep.
But the SUVs and the more lifestyle cars will be built over in China. I think that was right.
Okay. Well, they also said the spec they're doing it, so they're building them so they can put them straight into America as well. So they're not restricted to where they go. But I think for a sports car that they're going to be selling for, let's work our numbers on £70,000, is one hell of a car.
Well, yeah.
When you look at what it is for that.
Performance for the road, perfect. Size of it, perfect. Lotus don't build bad drivers' cars.
Nope.
So, here we go. Doors open. I'm going to take a quick walk around this car because you get an interior shot here. This is the manual, which actually looks quite luxurious and spacious. A lot of space in the back. So I think that one there, that one there is the automatic. So we've got the manual in the grey and then the auto with the blue one. I think this is the V6 because they come in two engine specs.
Yes.
Tim has been doing a little bit of research onto this car. He's been looking at like existing Lotuses as a background just to get a bit of history.
It's always going to be really tricky because they're so new out.
Yeah.
Valuations are predicted on where they expect the cars to be based on historic data. So something brand new like this, it's actually taking a bit of a punt. But you know, when it's at this kind of price bracket, it's fairly straightforward.
You're not going to get it massively wrong.
Not at all. No, not at all. I think basing it on We said 70k. I think that's roughly where they're going to be. So
Yeah.
they're going to announce it hopefully later this month. But for something like that, $5,000 down, $899 a month. Got to keep it just below 900.
Okay, yeah,
$899 a month.
Okay, so
$5,000
in on a 70 grand car, 900 quid a month.
It's not daft. Obviously,
No.
you can put more in if you want to bring that payment down. But for what you're actually going to get for that money,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Do you know what I'm going to say? And this obviously is not gospel, but because there's so much hype around the car, I think the first orders that come in, there's a waiting list for this. There's a huge waiting list.
1,500 orders they've taken or something daft like that?
Way more.
Yeah.
I actually think the people that get the early cars are going to do well out of it.
Do you think we'll see some flips? Premiums?
I can imagine there'll be some people out there that think that they can make 5 to 10 grand on it. But then at that point, is it worth it? 5 to 10 grand on a car that's 70, 75?
I think a couple of grand maybe. I think 5 to 10 might be a little bit extreme. But
not worth it.
No, not
the amount
for
of
it, no.
enjoyment that you're going to get out of it.
You've got to buy it to use it.
Yeah,
And it is affordable to do that.
yeah. I think what's quite interesting to talk about before we finish the video up is talking about this being a new car, walking into a Lotus dealer. The difference between buying a new car from a dealership versus going to someone like Magnitude Finance, because I've got my Audi A1, the Nuke was from Audi Finance,
yes.
but then everything else has gone through Magnitude Finance because it's cheaper, even though I compare.
Well, we always turn around and we say, always get a quote from the garage.
Yeah.
Sometimes there'll be a subsidised deal, or there'll be something, we'll just say go for it, it's good.
Yeah.
Best advice. But a lot of the time, get a quote from us, and you'll find more so on used stuff, we're a hell of a lot cheaper.
And it comes down to you're doing research on what car to buy.
Yep.
You're probably doing research on your car insurance to get the cheapest deal and the best deal. So it makes sense to do that on the finance as well.
Absolutely. And again, a little bit of a promotion, but the calculator, it's there. You've got 4 different options.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long to have a quick look. Go in pre-armed, have a look at it.
See what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the best way that I can end this video, because obviously I use Magnitude Finance Calculator a lot. I spend my life on Auto Trader. I've seen the price of used cars go up. I've seen the price of finance go up. But actually there are benefits to that in the sense that the balloon, the residual payments are much lower. You're probably panicking now what I'm talking about. But the more money you pay off per month, you're ahead of the depreciation. So when you come to sell the car, you have more equity in it.
Absolutely, yeah. You're not going to put money in to come out of a car, which people hate to do. There's been a lot of changes with the FCA recently. So if you go into a garage now, they can't haggle on rates anymore.
Okay.
That is their fixed rate, exactly the same for us, but we'll give you different options to choose from. So yeah, we can do the low rates.
It's a no-brainer,
it is.
and why I love doing these videos with you, not necessarily with you right here, obviously I enjoy doing the videos with you, but when I'm talking about the Magnitude Finance Calculator, it's educational. And even my friends that I speak to on WhatsApp that are going and buying cars still walk into dealerships and think they have to get finance from them. And I don't want to sell. I don't want to say, go and speak to Magnitude Finance. But at the same time...
We never sell on these videos. We try not to. It's education.
At the same time, go and speak to these guys. Go and use the Magnitude Finance Calculator. And if you've got one of them on order, speak to this man.
Can't wait to see these coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to drive it. I'm going to hang around here in a bit and see if I can get an invite into driving one of them. But Tim, good to see you. Thank you very much for the invite. And that is it. There is music playing here, so I'll walk past here quite quickly. And I'm very aware that I'm holding the camera up in and amongst quite a lot of people. So I will leave it there. Let me know whether you've enjoyed this video, and a massive variety of amazing supercars, classic cars, cars from all sorts of pre-war. I mean, there's a Formula 1 car over there that I have not filmed, but I do believe later Sam from Seeing Through Glass is coming, so he might film, and I guarantee he will film that Formula 1 car. So head over to his channel, head into the link in the description, because Magnitude Finance honestly are a great place just to compare prices, and they will tell you if they can't beat the price that you got from the dealership. They are not just trying to ram people through the door. They're very good and very competitive. I'll see you soon, because I'm running out of breath now and I need some food. But I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.